So for about 3 weeks, I actually haven't had any stalkers. This December has been quite nice. I don't understand what's really going on. I have no idea. It's only a matter of time before, the fucking Xanus, little Xanus and the Sodomites comes back and nobody knows anything. No, you're just not sharing information. You're not fucking communicating. You're trying to fuck me over for some fucking reason. Somebody ran over my goddamn puppy and you couldn't give a shit and it's your fucking buddy. So instead of goddamn taking your buddy to jail or telling him to apologize or pay $1,000 or to rectify the situation, instead you're going to try to fuck me over. So that part sucks. But I do get to experience what I imagine a bunch of middle class whites get to experience on the reg, on the daily. For the last 3 weeks, I haven't had any stalkers. I mean, for 3 fucking years. But I get some peace, and I get to basically choose my own adventure, do my, walk my dogs when I want to walk my dogs, and no terrorism, no siege, no creepy drive-by sickos. I'm starting to imagine a world where perhaps we can have abuse-free households and crime-free neighborhoods and civil societies. I can see a world where I'm allowed to go get a job for 8 to 10 hours a day, working 6 to 7 days a week if I want to, or putting all those hours in at my business. I've had many crap jobs. I've worked on a farm most of my childhood, got a job at 16 years of age at a barbecue restaurant. Making straight A's was work. Going to college was work. While I was going to college, had a gas station clerk job. I've been a waiter, a taxi driver. I've worked at a recycling plant in Medina, Ohio, where I just stacked pallets all day long. No iPods, no music out loud, nonstop, stacking pallets to the most 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, the most boring, monotonous drone and just repetitive. And I did it, $10 an hour, and it was probably the best paying job I ever had. It was a while ago. But I've had a shit ton of jobs. I'm not afraid of work. The main thing I'm concerned about is being able to keep my labor. Paying for the fucking landlord, paying for this, paying for that, cable and all this other shit. Do I get to keep any of my wealth? My labor gets stolen or my goods are getting stolen while I'm at I'm at my job. Some B&E is happening at the homestead and no shit. I mean, I'm spending 60 fucking hours at the job, 60 hours a week at the job. And if I'm spending 60 hours a week at the job, that means I'm not at the household. There's no security at the house, right? Unless there's good police officers and good neighbors. And if there's no security and some piece of shit is just stealing my shit 60 fucking hours, a week, that's plenty of time to do whatever the hell they want to do. And especially some of these assholes, it's not just taking like a bike, but it's like fucking tractor shit. It's like yellow Penske truck. There's a yellow Penske truck. No security means that I'm going to be working, wage slaving at some mind-numbing, soul-crushing, monotonous crap job for the fucking thieving piece of shit motherfuckers. For the criminals who love to criminalize and hurt other people. For the sadist who want to steal my sweat, blood, toil, and tears, and they love it. That I'm giving them plenty of time to do their bidding while he works so hard. Goddamn, he'd give us like fucking 60 hours to take whatever. Me work at 60 hours a week at the recycling plant means that 60 hours a week I'm not protecting my homestead, family, land, and house. But I'm not allowed to do that. I'm not allowed to go get a job. I'm not allowed to start a fucking business. Apparently I'm not allowed to because we're going to allow Phil Greeny to keep on fucking stalking the shit out of me. Keep me from living my life. Every time I open the door, this is for about 2 weeks. Last year, 2021, in the summertime. But it happened every fucking day. And it happened 3 times a day. Every fucking day, 3 times a day. If any goddamn police officer would have just sat there at the corner of my house. Or if they would have just said, okay, we'll wait for you to walk outside your house at 8 in the morning. And we'll just see if anything happens. And test that little theory out 3 times. Wait for me to walk outside the house. Test it 3 times, see what happens. Or just stay right there in the corner for a week. You would have seen some shit going down. You would have seen shit going down. That's if I had police protection. That's what I wanted the police to do. But they don't believe in protecting and serving anybody. They're just fucking terrorist, criminal pieces of shit for their fucking buddies. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you're going to say a couple warning shots is a big fucking deal, and Jesus Christ, I thought you right-wing sovereigns were tougher than that. I thought, I didn't know you fucking fascist Nazis were such goddamn crybabies. Every time I opened my door to fix my fence, to get some water, anything I was doing for 2 weeks, to go for a walk with my dogs in my backyard, to go for a bike ride, go to the mailbox, go to grocery store, Phil Greeny's right fucking there. Committing a crime, harassing. Oh, you don't want me to fix my fucking goddamn fence, you piece of shit? What the fuck you doing driving by my fucking house? Every time I walk out of my house, how fuck you're staring right at? What the fuck is going on, you piece of shit? I didn't know it was him that was doing it afterwards. Jacqueline Mitchell had started this shit, but I guess Phil Greeny's gonna carry on with the criminality of the white female criminal. Oh, you're a white female criminal, so you get to do whatever the hell you want to anybody and everybody? No, you can't. You can't go around breaking laws. You can't go around hurting people. That's bullshit. But Jacqueline Mitchell, she tried to run over my dogs about a dozen times, tried to kidnap my dog. Phil Greeny's carrying on with her fucking bullshit. So if I actually had police protection, they would have sat at the corner and they would have seen this. That fucking Phil Greeny took one of the few good jobs around here at the biodiesel plant. Piece of shit. He spends a bunch of time making sure I can't live my life. He takes one of the jobs and then spends the rest of his fucking time making sure I can't live my life. He gets to live his, but he's been preventing me from living mine for at least 3 years now. Him, Jacqueline Mitchell, and a couple other people. So he knows a lot about what's going on. And don't believe any of his bullshit excuses. A motherfucker is a goddamn... He's a criminal and he's aiming to criminalize. 200 fucking times, that's harassment. You did 200 times, yeah, you did it once or twice, that's one thing. But 200 fucking times, I got a little Xanus that wants to drive by my house. And I got a little Xanus online that wants to harass me too. So that's fucking bullshit. I've never harmed him. I don't even know who the hell he is. I haven't hurt anybody for that fucking matter, ever, in any way, shape, or form. He's protecting the terrorism of a criminal, white female. Like Jacqueline Mitchell could do no wrong. What's she giving $20,000 seeding money for people's small business? She's helping you get a small business up and running. She's big anti-child abuse, anti-racist. I bet you Jacqueline Mitchell is probably the biggest anti-racist this side of the Mississippi. I bet you she was so pro planning and zoning, she probably has all the Sim Cities. Sim City 1,000, 2,000, and 3,000. I think it'd be kind of crazy if you're against child abuse and you're against racism and you're in favor of the orderly development of planning and zoning. And you live right next to me and you couldn't find anything in common to build a relationship upon. Let's assume I'm right. Because we haven't assumed that at all. We keep on coming up with a bunch of insane, fanciful bullshit. Gandhi said, at first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you win. So let's assume these pieces of shit. They aren't pieces of shit, but they are, in fact, the real cops, okay? They want to stop the criminals from criminalizing. They want to make sure that the good, lawful people can go get a job and start a business and return and all their stuff is there. Let's pretend they actually want to enforce public safety to stop the predator coyotes from preying on the good little people. Pretend, because it's hard to just let folks harass you and you just stand there. I'd love to go confront them or get some street justice, get some kind of justice. When I'm just standing there, they harass me and I just stand there. I mean, what would you do? And what the hell are you supposed to do? And if I don't go and say something or do anything, then what? They're just going to keep on fucking me over for the rest of my life? You hit me and I just stood there like a dumbass? And then you lied about it? And then he said, well, he didn't hit me, but he shot a warning shot. So you get to assault me, attack me, you get to... And as long as you got a buddy cop and a buddy judge who's going to carry that lie on forward, carry that lie onwards and forwards. Now you got to live with the mark on your record because you got a crooked cop and a crooked judge. Power is the best way to test a person's character. If you truly want to see who that person is, give them power. They're freaking out over a couple of warning shots. But I'm telling you, if I'm a cop, not only could I have shot a couple warning shots, but I could put that criminal motherfucker in handcuffs and then take him to jail. I have the power to actually stop it. Go and say, hey, who the hell are you? Let me see your ID. Let me run your name. Let me see I got all the state authority in the world. I got a monopoly on this state authority. So if I'm a police officer, I can, stand up for myself because I got the authority of the state to do so. And if you're some sort of criminal person, blood, crip, Nazi, mafia, MS-13, Three Kings, Siniola, then you're going around scrapping. You're going to go, over to dude's house and scrapping. Again, you have an option. You have a way to stop it. But if you're a lawful person, if you're not a cop and you're not a Nazi, if you're a lawful person, somebody comes up and hits you, and yeah, I'd love to hit him back. Am I allowed to? Will I get in trouble? I remember being a straight A student, and if two people got into a fight, both of them got into trouble. The only way you didn't get into trouble is if you were a perfect victim. But that's fucked up. If you're making good grades, why can't you stand up for yourself? Somebody just starts attacking you for no reason. You're not allowed to stand up for yourself. So if you're a Nazi, you got an option, right? If you're a police officer, you got an option to stop somebody who's harassing you. But if I'm a lawful person and I'm dependent on the police and they're not doing any of the protecting and serving, and they're allowing Robert Pickerel and Turtle and who the fuck else ever, Kenny, to go around committing whatever goddamn crimes. If I'm a police officer, I can get in my truck, give chase, ask dude a couple questions. If I'm a blood or crip, then I can, basically do the same thing as the police are doing, but without the authority of the state. I guess just with the authority of my manhood. So me being cautious, me being prudent, still maintaining my hope and love for the ideal of America, that we actually do go after the bad guys and we stop the criminals. I called the police. I reported every crime. I didn't know if they would chase him or do anything after it, but every crime, in a way, is to cover my own butt. When I witnessed something, I called the police, and there's a 911 record of it. But that's the reason why I kept on getting fucked with. I went through the proper channels. I'm just a citizen. Ex parte, right? Only the lawyers and cops get to use the court system. And then the Nazis and the people who are willing to do crimes are the only people that get to defend themselves, are the only people that get any semblance of justice or security. For police protection, for the situation that I just explained for 2 weeks, every time I walked out of the front door, back door, every time I got in my vehicle to go somewhere, Phil fucking Greeny was right fucking there. Or somebody that he knows. Because it was coming out of Jacqueline Mitchell's house. I thought she was doing it for like 24, 30-something times. And then I thought maybe it was her son. But apparently they moved or they pretend to move or something. And he's living there or some shit. So if you're a good, righteous, lawful cop, you became a cop to stop the bad guys. You're there to protect the lawful people who abides by the Constitution, who aims to protect and serve the people. Are you going to go around provoking? Are you going to be on the side of devil-worshipping criminals who go around provoking people, harassing people over and over again? All three branches of government are really supposed to protect the public, our general welfare, the public safety. Legislature, executive, judicial, they all need to be concerned with our public safety. To protect and serve the people. Security is one of our five human needs. We only got 5 human needs: food, water, clothing, shelter, security, and maybe fuel. I knew this one fucking shithead that couldn't say water. You don't think we need water, you piece of shit? That's like fuels so many fucking conflicts, all not just around the world, but just around here in the valley. So everybody should be concerned with public safety, the citizens, the community, the friends, family, neighbors, 3 county commissioners, governor, legislature, mayor, city councilmen, judges, cops, clerks, lawyers, citizens, non-voters, everybody. So if you're a good cop, you'd be committed to stopping the criminal, right? You don't want a bunch of criminals going around criminalizing the neighborhood. So I need one or two things. I need one of two things from the police. Or best yet, maybe both of them. From either one cop, one good cop, or 2 good cops. With that Phil Greeny thing, when every time I walked out of my house, just sit there and make sure you witness it firsthand. And when he does that fucking sodomite drive-by that he fucking does, you'll say, what the hell is he doing? And then you'll say, hey man, what the fuck are you doing? And then you'll witness it firsthand. You'll see if he's got a gun. You'll see his, demeanor when you ask him some questions. And he'll have to lie because he's fucking harassing me. I think he's trying to push me off my claim, to fucking rob me, to take my boards. A wannabe rapist. Some kind of fucking pervert. I don't know who the hell he is. He's preventing me from living my life. So me finding a wife, me getting a job, me raising a family, I can't fucking do it. Not with the Phil Greeny. And I don't want a creepy fuck like that around me. So he did that for 2 weeks straight. It's not happening right now. But I told you how we would, solve those things. So I would still need those if shit started popping off right now. And I have one person and I could just make the phone call and say he's up here. We can actually squeeze him. And we can find out, who the hell this person is and what the hell they're doing. And then the police needs to come back and tell me what the hell the conversation was. I know you're all so much fucking smarter than me. You talk to me, then you talk to him, and then you don't come back and talk to me anymore. You believed his lies because sometimes it's somewhere in the middle, right? Unless the person's a perfect victim. If they're a perfect victim, and then that means... But none of these assholes protected or served. And for them to assume the thin blue line shit, Robert Piccarello isn't a cop. Robert Piccarello isn't a cop. A lot of these motherfuckers aren't cops. Fucking Jepson. You're telling me Jepson? Fucking James Bax? The exact opposite, in fact. Robert Piccarello, he was carrying somebody's rifle. He's a ex-con. He's a felon. Some kind of devil worshiper. He's got a crossbow. He's walking around with a rifle. That's the side all you rat bastards are going to take? That piece of shit started fucking harassing me, and Keith Schultz saw him, flick his fucking flashlight at me, but that's what they're getting my dog stirred up, and then he was driving with Kenny Capin. I'm 95% sure. Robert Piccarello's a passenger, and they did a drive-by shooting, so you're going to try to tell me you're on the fucking side of... If firing warning shots is a problem, then going to your house and firing fucking shots, you think that you would have a problem with that? Fucking hypocritical sons of bitches. Why is it okay for motherfuckers to felony menace me, and you're going to say me actually doing Article 2, Section 13? I read the... You couldn't find a person who has more respect for Colorado law than me. You don't have... Or a person who wants good government and good cops and good law. I imagine America where we use the court systems to resolve our disputes, and the court system actually brings about a presence of justice in our community. People are excited to go to the jury, the grand jury, to serve on, to be a participant of the republic. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So you rat bastards are going to be on the side of a devil-worshipping criminal. Okay, well, Jesus Christ would be on the side of goodness. Now, I guess Pontius Pilate and Herod and who else would be on the side of devil-worshipping criminals? The 2 police actions are the same ones that I've mentioned before, the same ones that I need now. If Phil Greeny or Piccarello, who the fuck ever, is driving around my house, suspicious as fuck, either post up around my house about it for a week, just come out for an hour or 2, see what the hell's going on. But I would like a police officer to be able to call them and then to say, hey, dude did A, B, C, and D, and then he's up, yay over there, and then they go up and they talk to the person. Before, Robert Piccarello would just stay in his house, and I guess that's fucking genius, right? You go by, kill a person's dog, fucking do gunshots, drive-bys, spotlight, fucking around, fucking drive-by, like stopping and going, ooh, who knows if I got a gun, I might shoot you. Ho ho ho. You don't think that's literally fucking felony menacing, and I had to endure that shit dozens and dozens of fucking times. You're gonna tell me you're opposed to felony menacing? Fuck you. It's not about felony menacing. It's not about felony menacing. It's you're afraid of my light. I came in as a lawful person. I'm a respectable person. I was in compliance with planning and zoning, and so my good example makes you pieces of shit, unlawful motherfuckers look even worse. And I wasn't trying to do that. I didn't really give a damn what the hell. But now it's kind of like, you know what, fuck all you motherfuckers. Why should I have to pay all this fucking money and don't get any fucking police protection, and you guys are a bunch of piles of shit who fucking... Robert Pickrell comes in, says fuck your planning and zoning shit, and starts harassing the person that was lawful. And then we're going to be on the side of the fucking devil worshipping criminal piles of shit. And these motherfuckers, a lot of these motherfuckers was on the side of Xanis and Samantha and Jeremy Costley. So I feel like it's a right-wing sovereign movement. Why would the right-wing sovereign movement not like me? Well, I'm a progressive, so I'm not a right-wing fascist, fucking pervert. I'm not a goddamn child molesting Nazi. I have a conscience. I read the laws. I'm respectable. I don't go around hurting people. My own moral conscience would stop me from doing that. But people aren't reading the law. They don't have a damn conscience. They go around fucking with people, and I'm just supposed to, like a dumb fuck, just stand there. And that's why they keep fucking with me. Because it's like, oh, we fucked with him and he just took it. Oh, we poked him and then he didn't do nothing about it. Well, let's poke him again and again. And let's keep on poking him. And then these fucking same assholes, if they see me out and about, they'll act like they're the victim of something when they've been nothing but shitheads. Sometimes they'll try to hide out in the mountains. They'll get there 45 minutes later, and the motherfucker, he basically keeps his light on, so it's like he wants me to fucking know, oh, I'm driving over here, and the cops left, and now I'm driving right back around you. And apparently that's fucking genius as fuck. If I'm a cop, I go ask a couple questions, and I find out a lot of shit. If I'm, fucking right of some kind of criminal motherfucker. But knowing how, public schools were, the police are like that too. Go inside. Don't, engage. Go inside. They don't want you standing up. And they say that shit to limit their liability, but really they're saying let the criminals fucking run roughshod over you. Wait for us. We're the professionals. You need us to be, but it takes 45 minutes to know what you need to do is start to trust us, deputize us, be community police officers. And when a situation goes down, well, you already know everybody involved because you just talked to the one person about their old sick uncle and then the other person about their financial issues, and you know what's going on. Hey, how's your, grandmother? How's your uncle doing? How's your health? How's the family? So somebody fucking committing crimes and then staying inside their house and giggling, and somebody committing crimes and driving out into the fucking mountains and giggling. That's genius? That's not genius. Drive away. I think we could try to bottle the motherfucker up. We could trap them if they're driving out and about here. And then, check the person out. Ask him questions. If I'm the police officer, what are you doing? You got to, run his name, see if there's a warrant, and you got a gun on you, and why do you keep doing this? Now, let's say I called and say like 3 times, right? I walk outside, and for about an hour or whatever, they come out and nothing happens. There's nobody over there around my house, and we did our damnedest to find the guy, but still didn't find him. Okay. Then you can start to disbelieve what I'm saying, but unless you've proven that I'm a total pathological liar, which I'm not, you're afraid of my light, you're afraid of the truth, and you're afraid of justice. Noble Haven couldn't have possibly have known anything about me. He didn't know me from Adam. So you have to take the victim's word, the so-called victim's word, the person who calls 911. You got to maintain your skepticism. Don't be dumb. But I didn't lie to Noble Haven, and it made no sense for him to assume that I would. He came fucking argumentative as shit. Didn't tell me my victim's rights. Forgot all about telling me my victim's rights. And he didn't press charges when I wanted him to press charges. But if you're the police officer and there's a person stalking me, you go talk to the person, then you come back and talk to me and you tell me what he had said and what we're going to do, you know. It'd be easier just for me to have the badge. If Danny Sanchez doesn't want to be a cop, then just let me have the badge. I'll go after these assholes. And in fact, as a citizen in Colorado, I'm allowed to do police actions, but I have to be careful. I have to be more careful as a citizen because I don't have that awesome, ultimate, absolute state power behind me. Knowing my society and public schools and abusive households and corporations, the authoritarian cops, Nazi cops, listen and respect Nazis because they're criminal fucks. And so these assholes like to prey on, I don't want to say the powerless, but the lawful and the decent, maybe the honorable, nonviolent Jesus Christ MLK figures, the Bass Reeves, Willis Russells, the Andy Griffiths. They don't listen to the Andy Griffiths. They respect the fascist who does some fascist shit. I'm forthcoming with all the information. Give me the knowledge. What knowledge you got? Give me all that knowledge in your head. I want to know all the knowledge you got. I also want people to be a pro-grand jury, jury trial. Cicero says freedom is participation in power. A vote isn't much power, but it's something. And being a juror isn't much power either, but it's something. And I want to be a part of my republic. I want to be a part of my republic. Be a dumbass, ignoramus, fucking douchebag, fucking dumb fuck off to the side. That's not good enough. We can do better. We can do better. So if I had police protection, that's what you would do. So for 3 weeks, they haven't been stalking me. It's cold as shit. It's like the coldest that it's ever been. It was -8 degrees, -4 degrees, and now it's like -1. It's starting to get a little bit warmer. And it feels nice, thinking that I could just go to the store and come back and all my stuff will be 40 years. And I didn't have security growing up and being in poor neighborhoods. I didn't have security for 40 fucking years. You have a nice, warm, comfy house. Anyways. So those are the 2 police actions that I need. And if I was to get any police protection, they would have to do those things. And if they never did either one of those things, they can't, in earnest, say that they've given me any police protection. Now I'll say this, since I got a stalker, and I think the stalker is just a piece of shit fucking criminal fuck. But I think he stirred up a lot of shit. And if some of the police were getting involved in that fucking shit, so you're engaging in the stalking bullshit, but you're not, at no point in time did you ever consider what I was saying to be true. Because if you post it up for a week, you'll find them when they start, doing their shit to come back. Or if they're out here and I can call one person, then I can track them down. I could follow them and say, here, this person is. And if you don't want to, just let me question them. I'm allowed to go, I can question them and you could just watch. Because I want to find out what the hell's going on. There's one guy that was out there that got mad at me. My dog got killed and he made it seem like because there was something that had happened that I didn't tell him about. He made it seem like he was the victim. Your dog got murdered, but you knew a thing and you didn't tell me? It's basically the same thing. No, it's not. It's not the fucking same thing at all, motherfucker. That ain't even close to being the same thing. But it does seem like, say if you had my dog wandered off and you took my dog, it'd be nice to let me know, wouldn't it? So people should let me know about what the hell's going on, but nobody's letting me know shit. But I'm having a jury trial to get to the bottom of things, so we'll see what happens at the April 3rd.